So the Dungeon Saga Kickstarter is upon us. So, myself and Lloyd absolutely adore dungeon crawlers.
Dungeons! I love walking into a dungeon and going, hello!
It's kind of our thing, really. It really is. Anyway, we wanted to know more about it, so we asked Curis from Mantic to hop on over to spend a bit of time with us here in the studio and bring his prototype components to kind of show us the basics of what we can expect. Now, obviously, this is a Kickstarter. What we're going to look at in this video is kind of the core rules, how to get around and deal with the inhabitants of a dungeon. But these are alpha rules. There's core rules, and then there'll be advanced rules, but everything's in alpha at the moment. So this is your opportunity to get involved and, you know, influence where this whole thing goes. So, as a typical dungeon crawler, we have a party. And in this party, we have human wizard, barbarian warrior, a dwarf warrior, and an elf ranger. And in true style, as we've always done in our lives, I'm going to be the barbarian, he's going to be the dwarf, I'm going to take the wizard, you're going to take the elf.
Who am I?
You're the
Who
bad
are
guy.
you?
Oh.
Well, you are the bad guy, so you're going to play the necromancer. So you get to play all the nasty things that appear in the dungeon.
Skeletons, zombies, armored zombies, and spooky piles of bones here. Ooh.
Now, if you're going to be new to dungeon crawlers and gaming and stuff like that, don't worry, because you've created kind of like 2 little training episodes before they would actually play this episode, which is effectively the first scenario.
Yeah, our alpha core rules have the Journey from the West, which introduces moving and fighting, and we have Journey from the East, which introduces shooting and magic. It's a very straightforward tutorial. You just get to master the mechanics, master the feel, and then we also give you this first scenario here we get to play today.
So you could play those, and it gives you a chance to practice the very basics. But you're going to get to see the basics here anyway, and we'll explain it as we go through. So this is the scenario where both parties, the barbarian and the dwarf, have travelled from the west. The the elf and the wizard have travelled from the east. They have now met up.
Oh, so this is our meetup, huh? Have we had some bevies the night before and stuff?
Kind of feels like it. If we don't have a headache going in, I'm sure we're going to have a headache by the time we get out. So, Necromancer, take it away. Where are we? What are we going to do?
You've just started to enter the dungeon here. The saga has begun. This is the opening chapter. Your party have met up, and as they want to get deeper into the dungeon through the doors placed here and here, woohoo! You've got to fight your way through all of my kind of various undead foes in order to push deeper into the dungeon and see what lies over here.
Okay. Right, well, as adventurers, we're going to go first. There's no kind of turn order. We could do it in order of age, we could do it in order of where people are sitting, or we could just negotiate and work out what we're going to do. So, first things first, how do you move around a dungeon? Well, on the card, every hero is going to have a hero card. These are just prototype stuff, but you'll see a movement stat, and a movement of 8 for a barbarian warrior. What do I want to do? Lloydie, I'm very tempted to run in and start killing stuff. However, I see these kind of bone tokens here. And I know that if left unchecked, these bone tokens, well, skeletons and things like that could raise out of those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move around to here so as I can get out of the way of the rest of my party, start to assess kind of what's going on.
What's he doing?
And I'm standing on top of some bones.
We should be in character. We should have had an argument about who got to go first.
We should have, yeah. I'm going to stand on top of bones because when you're standing on top of a bones token, bones can't raise underneath you.
No.
Okay. So I can't. The only other thing I can do as an action, so I can move and then I can perform an action. The possible action I have in the core rules is fight. There's nothing I can fight with, so that's him done. What about you? What are you going to do?
I think it'll be Dwarf Warrior time, because he's standing in front of my Elf Ranger. My Dwarf Warrior can move 6, which is still pretty good. My Dwarf Warrior has looked at what you did and thought, it's kind of alright, it's probably the move to do, but I don't really want to say, yes, he made the right move, so I will do something similar. but not the same.
Okay, right.
So I think the dwarf's gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Oh, you're trying to get closer, are
Yeah,
you?
I'm thinking if I get closer into the action, but I also want to stand on a bone pile.
Right.
Dwarf moving
Okay.
faster than a human.
Okay, next up I'll do the...
Oh, no, wait there, guys. As the
Wizard.
Necromancer player here, I have a selection of cards, which I get 1 a turn. And I start with my hand of 3.
Yeah.
And I've got a card here which allows me to interrupt with 2 models. So what I'm going to do is, while you're sort of in between your heroes here, I'm going to activate 2 models, and I'm going to turn some bone piles back into skeletons using my evil necromantic magic. So, could bring them up here. I've got these doors
So
well
you can
blocked
bring them
off.
up anywhere there's a bone pile.
Yeah, I
basically.
get to turn them, you know, sort of like they kind of coalesce and turn into an evil warrior. So I could bring them up here.
Yeah, I needed the sound
This
effect, really.
is supposed to be dungeon delving, not Transformers.
Okay.
So I've got my doors nice and blocked off. I'm going to raise up this pile here in front of the barbarian, stop him getting any further into the dungeon. So there we go.
We take the bone pile off, replace it with a skeleton. Can I react to that?
Yes, you can. Well, what I've done is we've got arcs in Dungeon Saga. It's just like the Dwarf King's Quest, where you've got the 8 squares around you, the ones to your side, this one, and this theoretical square here, and those 3 are your front arc. 3 behind you are your back arc.
Yep.
And if I raise up a skeleton in your front arc, as it's coming up, you get a free strike against it. So
Cool.
we're going to do a combat here.
Oh, excellent. So combat works based on what you'll find is a dice stat, okay? So for a barbarian, he has 4 dice. Now, it's d6s.
Yep.
Okay? And it's basically just a straight roll and compare kind of mechanic.
Well, yeah, we've got a roll once, read twice type of approach to this.
Well,
so what we do is you roll our
let's
dice.
roll once.
Got my 2, you've got your 4. 6 and a 5. So we go and arrange our dice highest to lowest.
We arrange the dice highest to lowest. So I have a 6, then a 5, then a 3, and then a 1.
So what you've got to do is first off you discount anything that doesn't beat my armor.
Okay.
My armor of my skeleton warrior is 2, so get rid of that 1
my
straight
1
off.
is removed.
And then we compare them. So you've done 1, 2,
So that was
3.
the first read.
Yeah, that was the first read.
Okay, so then the second read
Is work out if they beat my dice.
Uh-huh.
So you've got that's blocked by 6s, blocks by the 6.
So you've attacked me with a 6, but
Oh, no,
I've
sorry,
blocked
you're
it.
attacking me because I'm
Oh,
raising
yeah,
up.
so I've attacked you with a 6, but
Yep.
it's been blocked.
Yep, then you
I
attack.
then have attacked you with a 5, but
Yep.
it's been blocked. And I've attacked you with a 3,
Yep.
but it hasn't been blocked. However,
So you've done 1 technical point of damage there.
yes.
And then depending on which monsters we are, they can take damage or they can have special effects. So a skeleton, that's not a good way of explaining it. A skeleton ignores the first point of damage that you do to it. So if you do 1 damage, it just laughs it off with its undead lungs and undead laughter. The second point of damage turns it back into a pile of bones. If you do 3 points of damage, it just pulverizes it. Yeah, just
So you need to do 2 points of damage minimum
Yep.
to remove the skeleton from the...
Yep.
To have him out of play, basically.
So
Yep.
if he's done 1 point of damage
it does nothing.
and
Yep.
it doesn't carry over anything, he's just exactly as he was.
all of the dungeon monsters, the damage doesn't carry over. You've got to do it in 1 go.
Okay, so long story short,
Yep.
nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Okay, so that skeleton stands there.
What
Okay,
sort of
so-
barbarian are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay.
my second model I'm going to interrupt with is I'm going to raise another skeleton over here behind the dwarf.
Hey, what do you mean behind? That's
Ah. Now that means he doesn't get a free swipe because it's in the rear arc
Yep.
and not in the,
Yeah,
the
you
forward
see,
arc.
you thought you're pushing forward.
that's not fair, is it?
That's very fair.
I wanted to get in there.
That rewards you for your hubris there. Yeah.
Right. So that's
That's
it.
my interruption
That's
done.
the end of your
Yep,
interruption. So
off
it's
this
back
goes.
over to us.
Yep.
Okay. Wizard next, do you reckon? Okay, so the wizard is an interesting character because the wizard actually has some kit. He has a healing potion, first off, that he can drink at some point that will remove 1 injury token. And then he has 3 spells. One is Break Ward, which is basically a spell that you would use on magic locks and stuff like that. I don't have any here, so it's not useful to me right now, and its range is adjacent. It's a minor spell, so whenever I'm doing spells, I can do either 2 minor spells or 1 major spell.
Yep.
But I can never do the same spell twice.
Yep. And your spells, also your major spells, your burn and your feet of stone, need a recharge.
Ah.
So once we've spent them, you'll get to flip the card over.
And I have to wait a turn before I can do them again.
Yep.
Okay, so it leaves me, as he says, with 2 spells. Feet of Stone, which is long range. Now, we only have these kind of prototypey kind of little measuring sticks here for long range and short range. And the way ranges are worked is if something's long range, you just draw a line, just using your measuring
Device.
stick device from any part of your base to any part of his base. And if you can touch it, it's in range. And if you can do it without it crossing over a square that another character or something is in, then it's also in line of sight.
Yep.
So nice, straight, clear-cut little device that takes away all the having to count squares and stuff. Now, Feet of Stone basically keeps him where he's at and makes him -1 to his modifiers, okay? And my other one is Burn, which would make him suffer an immediate 5 dice attack. However,
deadly,
Burn,
right?
I don't have anything in range of Burn, and I'm very reluctant to come running out right now because, I don't want my wizard to get squished. So I'm going to try and do something that's a bit more.
You do there, but we can't fire it into there.
Yes.
Actually, we can do that.
Can?
Yeah,
We could
can
do
yeah,
that.
We can.
Hmm.
These are magical spells here, so off you go.
Right. He doesn't need line of sight then.
No, not
to
with
be
this
able to-
spell.
with this particular spell, just as long as it's in range.
Your elf, when he's firing, the elf, when she's firing a bow, will require a line of sight because, arrows
but
aren't
a
magical.
spell
Note
can-
he just said she. The wizard's also a woman.
Is the wizard also a woman?
No, the wizard's totally a dude.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought he had really. All right, he is a dude.
Yes.
Stay out of bars.
I thought he had high heels.
No, he just has fashion.
I thought that was high heels and like a braided hair.
Okay, so right. Well, then I have 2 options here. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Burn. I think.
Okay.
Right, who are you casting it against?
Yeah,
Is
I'm
it
gonna cast
him?
No, I'm not. Actually, I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to cast Feet of Stone, okay? And I'm going to cast Feet of Stone on this guy here.
Okay, these are the, just for the benefit of the viewers,
think-
these are armoured zombies here in the game. We're just using our Kings of War mummies as prototypes.
But this
in the
will be
meantime.
a zombie in armor.
Yep.
So
I think that's a good move because looking at my cards here, I can see that armored zombie has armor 3,
yeah,
and the other characters on the table are a bit more squishy.
yeah.
So that's a good idea. Freeze that guy.
Right.
Okay.
I'm going to knock
So I'm
this
going to
model
do
over
that.
here.
So I've cast Feet of Stone. I'm just going to flip my card over there so as I know that I've done it. So that's him now done, and that's the end of my human wizard turn. All right, Lloyd.
Right.
Elf. What are we
Elf
gonna
Ranger.
do?
Let's see what she's going to do.
Move and shoot, move and fight. What are your options?
I think she's going to do a feat because I'm looking at the scenario and I'm thinking there's 3 targets. 2 of them are kind of squishy, possibly. And the Elf Ranger has a feat called Hail of Arrows. And it's-
So all of our characters sort of have
Yeah.
1 feat in this game, which means once per game, you get to flip over your card and do this once in an action, very cinematic move like fire a hail of arrows, or the barbarian gets his whirlwind attack, or your dwarf just becomes invulnerable. And they're kind of like, as part of the excitement of the game, is deciding when to employ these, in moments of dire need, or do you do them at start to push through, or do you save them for when you're close to death? So,
Right.
So Hail of Arrows basically allows me to make 3 attacks rather than 1. Now,
You Legolas,
when
you.
you're playing as the elf, when you attack hand to hand, you get 3 dice, but when you shoot, you get 4. So
Okay.
it's very advantageous to sit and go and try and pick targets off like that.
Lovely.
So I've got 4 dice,
Yep.
and I'm going to hit this one, and this one, but we resolve each one as we go.
So
Okay.
first thing we do is we get our little measuring
Oh yeah,
device
let's
out.
do that.
Check they're in range. So he's in range and line of sight. So is he, and so is he.
Brilliant.
Oh,
So,
get ready for my Hail of Arrows.
number
so
1,
this
I say,
one
I'm going to
first.
roll 2 dice here, you're going to roll 4.
Oh, yes.
That's a dirty cocked dice. Right, there we go.
6. 6.
So first,
Six.
so first
That's
off,
a-
we're going to just sort of remember read twice here. So my zombies are armor 1, so we throw out anything which doesn't beat the armor of 1. Nothing in this case.
Because I'm an expert elf.
And the second time we read the dice is we go, right, the 6 beats a 5,
That's 1 point.
6 beats the 2.
2 points.
6 beats the nothing.
3
3 points. And that's a 4th point. Now, zombies, unlike skeletons, they can't come back. If you do 1 damage, you laugh it off. 2 damage, they just come at you as a kind of like murderous flail of limbs. 3 damage, though, they're sort of decapitated and sort of turn into a pile of hot undead bobs.
So what you're basically describing is there's a head over there, there's a foot over there, there's 3 toes elsewhere. He is gone.
He's dead. He's out of the game there.
Good work. Good work. Okay.
Next shooting.
Oh yeah, you're not finished yet.
No, I'm only getting warmed up. Let's move on to the armored zombie.
Okay,
here.
he also gets 2 dice in defense.
Oh.
Okay, so we have a. We'll do our first read. So his armor is what?
The armor of the armored zombie is 3, so we can ignore that
So we
straight off.
ignore that one.
I have
Okay.
to beat my armor.
So is 5 beats your 4?
Yep.
1 point. Is 5 beats your 3? 2 points. Is 4 beats your nothing? That's 3 points of damage.
Ah, so there we go. Armored zombies, just like regular zombies. 1, 2 damage, they're fine. 3 damage.
Right, so instead of heads and toes, there's bits of armor flying all around the room.
Yeah.
Destroyed.
Big soggy pile of chainmail floating around.
I wonder, can my wizard go around and try and pick some of it up and put it on? Okay, so last shot. Make this one count.
Will
because
it be?
You've just cleared your side of the board there, so I want to see some help on my side now.
Let's see.
5
Ooh, a
and
5
2.
and a 2. Yes! I'm on fire.
So
Oh,
my armor here is just 1 for the zombie, so all of those go past the armor.
So reread once.
Yep.
There's nothing that's too weak to get past the armor.
Yep.
Read twice.
So the second
Nice.
one, my 5 blocks a 5.
So the 5 blocked the 5. So the first point is nullified.
Yep.
However, the 5 gets past the 2,
Yep.
1 point. The 4 gets past the 0, 2 points. And the 3 gets past the 0, 3 points.
Yep, there we go. All taken out, so that's 3, all those damage, 3 points of damage. Off goes the zombie.
Now I sit here and I look smug and feel how epic I am.
That is kind of cool, actually. His feats go. That was pretty damn epic, actually. Love it. Okay.
3 shots, 3 kills.
That's the end of our turn. Curis, over to you.
Right,
Is
so...
it at the end of our... Oh, it is, yes, because you interrupted our turn.
I did, yeah, you see. Quite nice. Right, so I've got, in this scenario, all our scenarios have a different number of activations for the Necromancer, and in this scenario I get to activate 4 of my monsters, which includes kind of like raising them up or kind of moving them and fighting with them. So I've only got... He's feated of stone, he's useless to me, so... Ooh, what I'm going to do? I'm going to start off by...
Pressure. Pressure.
No, I could play a card to raise some skeletons, or I could raise some skeletons, but I've got 2 skeletons off the board already, so what I'm going to do is start off by raising this pile of bones here as a skeleton behind the dwarf again. You see, I'm using that same trick again. And that'll be that trick. Done. You don't get a free strike because I'm in your rear arc.
Behind, yeah.
That's my first action. The second action is this skeleton here is going to attack your dwarf in the rear.
Oh, come on. Not
Yeah.
from behind.
Yeah. So here we go.
Right.
Now, this is a combat like we've done before, except for you'll get a...
So I'm getting a creepy bony attack from behind.
Right. And there's going to be a negative in this.
yeah, there are going to be 2 negatives here. First
Oh,
off,
right.
we're going to -1 because I'm attacking you in the rear.
So Lloyd is Dwarf Warrior, normally has 5 dice. So let's show the pool here. So he normally has 5 dice.
And I'm attacking with 2.
However, because you're attacking from behind,
Yep.
he loses a dice.
Yep.
And he's got a mate standing there.
Yep, I've got another I've got another enemy here with a front arc on your character. So that's another -1 to you.
So Lloyd is now defending with just 3 dice instead of his 5.
It's advantageous to group up then.
Yeah, well, this is a game where it's about working together. You know, you're fine on your own. If you go off on your own, though, you need your friends there really to help you to knock down the tough armor or to sort of do a better combined attack.
Okay, right. So there you go, Lloyd. You can roll that off.
Hey, 6 and a 4. But the
6 and a
dwarf armor's 4, so I need 5 or 6 really to get through that.
Okay,
so.
you roll yours.
I'm kind of regretting running in here and going, hello! Oh, 4 doesn't beat the 6.
Yeah.
There we go. So
So-
my second, read the dice a second time. 6 gets past the 4. That does you 1 point of damage. Now with the heroes, they just accumulate these wound tokens here.
So here's a wound
One of our
token.
prototypes there.
And that goes on to just set it onto the card here for the moment.
So
as
each
you
of your
can track it.
characters, as soon as they take a wound, they're at -1 dice to their fighting and their shooting. And if they take 5 wounds, they're knocked out. And the
Does
friends...
that accumulate? If you have 2 wounds, are you -2 wounds?
No,
or
it's just,
a
-1 for being
minus?
flat
Okay.
injured. And
Right.
as soon as we get to 5 wounds here, then your friends suddenly realise that they're in trouble, and they drag, in this scenario, they'll drag him out the dungeon and sort of attempt, the same thing another day.
So if any one of these guys gets to 5 wounds,
Yep.
that's the end of this game because
Yep.
they're dragging them out. Okay. Right. Have you any turn
That was
left?
number 2. Right,
Yeah.
attack number 3 is I'm going to raise a skeleton over here. I can see this dwarf could actually get away and get through the door, so I'm going to put a skeleton in that way. That's my 3rd action. And then the 4th action will be this skeleton might as well take a swipe at your barbarian. So this is just a straight up combat. I'm on 2 dice, you're on 4 dice.
Okay, so I get my 4 dice.
And the armor of the barbarian is 2, so I'll just take away that 2 there.
And I have a 4, a 3, a 3, and a 1.
Combative.
So your 5 beats that, so you've
Yep.
done a point of damage, and they don't count. So I also have a point of damage on my warrior.
Now, a barbarian warrior, though, you don't need to worry about this too much. One of his advantages over the dwarf is he can ignore the -1 for being injured. He's used to suffering wounds, he's in a berserk rage.
Yeah.
He's either alive or dead. He's not injured.
So I don't suffer that penalty of -1 then.
Yeah, that's one of
So
his
he
advantages.
stays on his 4 dice.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I've dropped from 5 to 4.
Yes.
So there we go, that's my
Okay.
4 actions, guys. And then at the end of my turn, I'll draw another Evil Necromancer card.
Okay.
Your turn again.
All right. What do we do? What do we do?
You got any magic spells?
Yes. Yes, I do. So I'm gonna fire up with my wizard actually, and I'm going to cast.
The Eddie Izzard Wizard.
Yeah, I'm going to cast burn. Okay, I'm going to cast burn on this skeleton here to kill him.
Okay, great. Okay, so this is
It's a target just suffers an immediate 5 dice attack.
just like shooting or combat again. We use the same dice mechanic.
And then I resolve it without any modifiers for either side. So what have I
Someone's got a
got?
6.
So my armor here for the
Oh,
skeleton is 2, so you take away that and that and that.
Oh no! So I have so I have to take away this and this.
And yep, the other.
I have to take away the other one,
Yep, gotta
even
beat
though
the
I have a
armor.
guy there because it says here no modifiers. So you've discounted this one.
Yep.
However, this one gets through, but it's not enough because I need to have minimum 2
Yep.
in order to deal with that.
Oh, that's disappointing. So we're going to flip the burn spell over there to show it's recharging
Yes,
next
and my
turn.
burn spell is now being used. Okay. Right. Do you want to fire up the elf?
I think the elf needs to shoot something.
Oh, I'm just going to stand my armored zombie back up here
Oh, he's
because
back up?
the
Yep.
feet of stone. We're in a new turn now. So.
What do you think? Will I shoot him back down?
Yeah, kill him.
Because he's the toughest target in the room.
No. Kill him.
Oh, you want to kill him?
Yep, I want you to kill him so as that we can unlock my barbarian to come in and do some damage.
That's all right. I can shoot him, yeah?
You can, yeah. If you can draw a line of sight, that's good.
And you have easily line of sight there.
Right. Let's see. Can I repeat?
Ooh,
Some of
good
my,
roll for me.
Some of my epicness.
Come on, we need an epic roll. We need an epic roll. No, we didn't get an epic roll.
All of those 2s and 1s I ignore because my armor here
Yeah.
is 2,
They
so
all away. And
and
then
I
you
block
roll
the 6. There
So
we
nothing
go.
happens.
Just passes straight through his rib cage and out the other side.
This is
slapstick
because
fashion.
you killed 3 guys in one go, Lloyd. We're now going to pay the price for that. Oh, okay. Right. It's the barbarian. Okay? The barbarian he doesn't have a lot of choice. He's going to have
I'm
to
really
attack him.
disappointed now. I thought we were going to see that moment like Armies of Darkness with the skeletons going, run away!
Okay, so the barbarian's going to go for it. He's going to have to deal with this guy. Okay. Yeah. 4 dice.
Yep. Ignoring the injury thing entirely. It's lovely, that. Whew.
Okay.
So
Oh,
ignore the 2s and the 1s.
what rubbish. What absolute rubbish. A 6 and 3 1s. Oh,
Ignore
no.
them for the armor, and then the 6 blocks your
Nothing
6.
happens.
Yeah.
Right. Over to the dwarf. Now, at this stage, okay,
I got a couple of options.
Yeah.
the elf has a healing potion and the wizard has a healing potion. But can they give that healing potion to the dwarf to get him back up to full strength so as he can use his 5s?
Yes,
That's a good idea, because then I'd be back to swiping the heck out of you.
Yeah.
And does eating that healing potion affect doing a move or an attack or anything like that?
No, at the moment in the alpha rules, of course, this is up for debate. You can just do this as in addition to your regular actions here. So you can just chuck the potion across the room to your friend. He catches it, twigs it.
I think
Off
we
he
should do
goes.
that. Get you back up to full strength. So do you use yours? Let's say
All right.
the elf chucks the potion. The potion goes to the dwarf.
Wait,
The
wait,
dwarf
no, wait.
drinks the
We
potion.
have to take it and go, oh, the potion's to the sky, catch the potion!
Okay, the dwarf drinks the potion, although reluctantly because it's an elf potion. He doesn't really like that kind of thing. He removes the wound token. He's back up to 5 dice. Turn around, Lloyd, and splat them.
Now, at this point, though, I could walk away.
You could, but if you walk away,
There's a downside, isn't there?
Yeah.
yeah, I'll get a free attack on you from both of those guys as you walk away. So it depends. Do you want to, push this way and get through, or do you want to stay there and kind of take them out one by one?
Actually, there is something to this walking away thing. Your armor's very high at 4, and that guy is pretty squishy there on his own. So you could effectively walk away
And squish him.
and squish him. However, can he walk away, take the swipe, and attack?
Actually, no, you can't do that. With the walking away, you can't then do a subsequent attack, or you can't run back in or attack someone else. It's very much your entire
you're
move
very
is
much
just
breaking out of the combat. So he can't run out of one combat and attack in another.
no.
Okay, well then that's...
Well, in that case, I'm going to do something smart.
Okay.
I'm not going to turn around like this, because that exposes my rear. So I'm going to turn on my side.
Like just going along the wall like
Because
that.
as long as these 3 or 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 squares or in my front arc, I'm not having a negative effect for being attacked from behind.
Okay,
Brilliant.
good thinking. Who are you going to attack, though?
Are they both the same?
They're both effectively the same. They're both skeletons, so...
This guy.
Okay.
Because he's closer to our other guys.
This guy can't actually move out at the moment. He's just hemmed in the corner there.
Yeah, well, I think we'll keep him in the corner and attack this guy.
Okay.
Because I don't want this guy causing these guys any problems.
Okay, now you're at -1 here because I've got 2 people with front arcs on you.
Yeah, so I'm rolling 4 dice.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll cock dice. Oh no, I had a nice 5, but I don't now. But I've got a 6 and a 5.
And then the 2 and the 1 we ignore because they're not past my warrior armor. Okay.
Oh, I almost had that.
Right. Okay. That, I believe, is the end of our go, Curis. So it's now back over to you.
Does the barbarian act? He did act.
He did, and
Good.
it bounced off a tiny
Good,
little
right.
skeleton.
Right, here we go. I've got all my 1, 2, 3, all my 4 skeletons are on the board, so I could play some nice raised skeleton cards, but I'm limited to how many skeletons we have, so I'm going to activate my models. How shall I do this? Oh, I've got my lovely armoured zombie here.
I know where that armored zombie's going to go, so
This armored zombie's from the Kings of War range.
Yes, he's one of our mummies. He's
a proxy. So there will be an armored zombie.
On these lovely bases and stuff.
Yeah. I like these bases, all of the sort of the blood effects and the spatter, and you feel very much like you are in a dungeon here. Right, I'm going to start off by this skeleton warrior is going to attack your dwarf in the corner here.
What? You're relentless.
Yeah,
Okay.
like Warren's breakfast.
Okay, let's go for it then. So he defends with 4 because there's an assist there which brings him down by 1.
Yep.
So there you go.
If I hadn't have had my potion and I was on 4 dice,
You'd have been on 3.
would I have been on to? It was well worth taking the
Yeah, it
potion.
was worth taking the potion.
Definitely. So here we go. Your armor's 4. It's always hard to get past the dwarf armor.
Ah, here we go.
So
look at
I
that
took it.
block.
I just discounted
Bang.
this. Whatever.
Bang.
1,
Yeah.
2, or 3 straight away.
So that was a 3.
So
Yeah,
that's
just
been
laughs off.
defended. Okay.
Hits his helmet and makes
How dare you attack me? I'm going to crush you with my hammer.
sword is tangled in your beard. Embarrassing. Right, next zombie is going to do exactly this. Next skeleton is going to attack exactly the same.
Okay.
This is the point where I go, what? Did you not see me defend the attack from your friend? What makes you think you'll do any better?
While he's shooting, I'm just going to stab him.
Is this my acting not working?
Do you have gamer group friends that do this? Okay, let's keep going.
6 and a 3. There we go. I've got one thing past your armor. Again, you're on 4 dice.
Bring it.
Hopefully, I can injure you and start pulling you down.
There we go.
6 beats.
Not a problem. Defended. Good.
Right, next off, I'm going to bring up my armored zombie over here to go 1, 2, 3, and he's going to attack your barbarian. And again, we're kind of teaming up on your barbarian here.
Okay, so I'm on 4 normally, but because there's 2 of them, I'm now down to 3.
Oh, that's a good roll. 6 and a 5.
Okay, so 1 went through.
Yep, your armor of the barbarian is only 2, so 3 plus his work.
2, so that's okay. So I'm on another wound.
Yep. You can take 2 more wounds without losing the game. So your barbarian here, he's doing quite a nice bit of fighting, but might be time to help him with your other guys.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to potion just yet. We're going to save the other potion because we may need it. Now at this stage, what's next?
Well, I'm going to do my 4th activation here with this last the last skeleton. He's going to also attack your barbarian.
Yeah. So I'm defending again with 3 dice.
5 and a 3.
6 and a 5 and a 4.
So the 6 beats a 5, blocks a 5, the 5 beats a 3.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yes,
so I live through that one.
I'm going to draw another Necromancer card at the end of my turn, hopefully.
And then back over to us.
Right, off you go, guys.
Right. Now, I'm going to kick off with my... barbarian. Okay. My barbarian has a feat. Provided he hasn't moved, he can perform a feat called Whirlwind, okay? Which is he can make a separate 4 dice attack against every enemy model in a square next to the barbarian. And this includes any enemies in the rear arc, of which there are none. But it basically means I can just go...
And you do it without your modifiers, so you don't count the outnumbering here, which is really good.
So I get 4 dice, okay? I'm going to hit the skeleton first.
I'm on 2.
At this point, the elf's looking over going, I wonder if this will be as epic as I was earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, it does look epic.
Oh!
6, 5.
Ooh.
Fortune, it rewards me. Fortune favors the brave on this, so that is done. That's 1 dead skelly
Very
completely.
dead, not even bones.
Now the armored zombie, okay?
This is where you're going to wish that was the armored zombie roll.
So my armored zombie here is armor 3, so not one of those gets past.
Not one of them even got past his armor. Okay, that's fine.
So we've got a smug but frightened elf at the minute. Smug that you weren't as good, but frightened in so much as there's quite a lot of monsters
the only
in
thing
here.
I've done is I've turned back over my feet of stone because it has now recharged. It was used the first turn, rested the second turn.
Yep.
It's now recharged. So, but my burn spell is still there. Now, who do we want to go next, Lloyd?
Well, while you're doing that, I'm just going to interrupt here. I'm going to interrupt between your activations. I'm going to bring up 1 skeleton again. Over here. Going to make sure this door is very thoroughly blocked off from that dwarf.
Right.
There we go. Carry on now, guys.
Okay.
At this point, I suggest we still target this guy. He's the toughest target in the room.
Yes.
I think I'll shoot him with the elf.
I think so. I think that's a good idea. Yeah.
So we're going to 4 dice.
Got to do 3 damage to take this guy out. Okay.
Oh, no, that's cocked. That's cocked. That was definitely cocked.
It doesn't matter.
Oh,
You've
nothing
done
gets...
nothing. Yeah, nothing got past. Right. The wizard. All right, here's what I'm thinking.
How many wounds can this guy take? 5 as well, yeah.
Yeah, so the barbarian can afford to take another 2 wounds, okay? So far, there's only 1 potential wound there anyway.
I know that guy could attack and do 2 wounds potentially in one turn.
He could do 2 wounds in 1 turn. Well, I can take the... the barbarian's already done his thing, so he can't actually take the potion now, can he, until the next turn?
I can take the potion, that's fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll wait.
The potions aren't tied to actions yet in this alpha core rule set.
Okay, so the potion can just be spent at any time?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Well, then I'll spend it when I need to spend it then, okay? Now, what about this? Really, we want to try and get out of this room, okay? Because so far, we're just getting bogged down. We want to try and get out, so My wizard can move 8. Can he go without getting into trouble? 1. No, he can't.
We see
gonna get
what we got here.
No way through here.
I've got the front arc over here from this
Yeah.
skeleton
And
and
you've
this
got the
armored
front arc
zombie. Yeah.
here.
So as soon as you enter a front arc, your activation will end, and then you'll have to fight it. So you have to work out another way to get past and through these doors deeper into my evil dungeon.
I'm going to have to cast Feet of Stone.
Mm.
I'm going to cast it on this guy here because he's the most.
You're not tempted to just burn me
Wait,
away?
no, wait. But
My burn spell's
yes.
resting.
if you put Feet of Stone on him, it means the next turn
Hang on.
he gets up.
I haven't done anything with my wizard.
No.
I can use his feet.
What's your feet?
His feet is called Focus. The wizard can cast 2 major spells. They may be cast even if they're currently recharging.
Aha! Now we're talking.
Now we're
That
talking.
good when you were focusing the cameras, earlier,
So I'm going to
Should've been.
cast. I might cast Feet of Stone on him and then burn him.
Oh, well, but who else can you attack with the feet of stone? Is there anyone else in
Why
the
would
range?
you do that?
Because it takes him down to -1 dice.
But maybe your burn would kill him. In which
Okay.
case the Feet of
You do the
Stone-
burn first and then.
When it would, he wants the minus dice. I'm just.
Yeah. Right.
And then you also got to work out here, you're part of a dungeon crawling team here, so it's not about what's best for the wizard. Are you going to help out your barbarian, take out that guy and get through? Are you going to help the dwarf with his...
Well, the dwarf's not currently in any trouble, so we are focusing on
but the dwarf is
yeah.
very much kind of like bogged down. We've got a load of skeletons about to bear down on him as well. That'll be...
Right.
But the barbarian's not going to be any use to us if he's still tied up in his combat.
Oh, so many possibilities. Okay, look. The burn gives me 5 dice. Okay. The Feet of Stone would give him -1 dice. How many dice is that armored zombie?
He starts on 2 dice, but his armor is 3. So you need 4 pluses.
So I need 4 pluses.
And you need
okay?
3 of them in order to do
If
damage.
I apply Feet of Stone, they fight at -1 dice in addition to other mods. So that would take him down to armor 2.
Yes.
Yes?
Well, what happens, we've not seen this happen yet, but you get negatives for being attacked in the rear, you get negatives for being outnumbered. If you have negatives which take your dice below 2, instead of losing a dice, you lose a point of armor instead.
Right, let's do this. I'm
Yep.
going to cast Feet of Stone on him because I really need to kill him this time. So Feet of Stone has been cast on him. I'm then going to cast Burn, okay? Burn gives me 5 dice, but Feet of Stone previously would put him at -1 dice.
Yep.
He can't go lower than 2 dice.
Yep.
So his armor drops by 1.
Yep, so my armor goes from 3 to 2. So you need 3 pluses now.
I need 3 pluses. Oh, that looks much healthier now. So I have a
Bye-bye.
6, a 5, a 5, a 5, and a 3.
So there we go.
I think we can pretty much say that he's dead. Right.
Fortunately, it was overkill.
It was a lot of overkill. All right. Okay. And I now my wizard is a little bit useless because both his spells are now recharging. Okay. That's that done, and that's the barbarian and the wizard have done it. The elf has done it, so it's just the dwarf left now.
So he still has the option of...
What did the elf do?
The elf took a shot that bounced off.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yes. The worst time then.
So you... Hammer time.
It is hammer time.
Stop.
Hammer time.
Okay.
Right, let's see. 4 dice, because I still have this
Yep.
negative.
Who are you attacking?
This guy again.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Oh, so we'll
Nothing.
ignore your 1. Yeah.
Nothing.
Ignore the 1, the 2, and the 1. Then the 6 blocks of 5. So there we go.
Oh, his
Okay.
shield got in the way.
Hammer time stopped.
Curis, back over to you.
Okay, right now. So you've managed to burn my zombies. All my zombies and armored zombies are now dead. I've only got my skeletons. Can't raise any skeletons because all 4 of them are on the board. And I can act with all 4. So this is quite straightforward. And I think your barbarian's going to start making a break for it through these doors. They've got to get to the door. You've got to break it down in combat. But that, for a big meaty man like yourself, that's
Are the
no
skeletons
issue.
the only creatures you can re-raise
Yes.
in this mission?
In this mission, yes. So
So we are making some progress here.
you are.
We're getting there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Okay, let's Let's go.
Now,
Let's do this.
do it like Hewitt. God rest his soul. Right, my skeletons here have a movement of 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I could actually go over and kind of start bogging down your barbarian, or I could go and pick on your dwarf some more. Ooh, let's do both. Actually, no, we're going to start off by attacking your dwarf. Hopefully, I just need to injure your dwarf to sort of like take him down to another -1 dice, and that'll start making him less of a threat to me. And so if these 2 dice don't do it, I'm going to send one of these guys to help him. So skeleton 1 here is attacking.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 dice versus your 4. Oh, there's potentially 1 injury there.
4 dice, huh?
Ignore that 1, doesn't get past your armor. Yep.
6.
Okay, that's blocked.
Skeleton 2 is going to do a repeat. 6 and a 1.
Let's see. Will I laugh in your face?
Yes.
3 6s. Ha ha ha.
Okay. Now we're sucking diesel. Now things are starting to look up.
Right, I'm going to send over the first skeleton here to go 1, 2, 3 to get the dwarf as well. Same trick.
A 5 and a 2.
There we go.
Lloyd.
The 5 gets past your armor.
Haha.
No problem.
And then skeleton number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to start just hoping you can get past that
He
barbarian.
went 1, 2, 3,
1,
4. Ooh.
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Okay, right. So my 4.
Woo! So there we go. So your armor of your barbarian is 2. So
Yeah.
I all get past the armor, but you've blocked. No, you've not blocked. No, there we go.
So I have another
blocked
point
by
of
6.
damage.
Pushing time.
my barbarian is getting critical now.
Right, that's it. I'm going to get another card here from my necromancer deck. Your turn, guys.
Right.
Right,
Okay.
first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this skelly with the
Yes.
elf ranger again. So 4 dice shooting.
Yep.
Let's see if we can eliminate this threat, and then we can concentrate on this.
5 and a 1.
Ah, yes. Here we go.
Ooh.
6, 5, 5, 3. This is
It's
a
a
3
There we
dead
go.
thing.
skelly.
Oh, that means I get some reinforcements next turn, potentially.
Okay. Right. That frees up my barbarian to go. Leroy Jenkins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, no, the door's there.
5. I'm going to knock down the door.
What happened to our planning?
Well, you were expecting some help?
I was expecting us to get into a little circle and have a planning session, not you just charge off.
Okay, so I'm gonna attack the door.
Okay, knock, knock.
Who's there?
IMAP.
I'm up who?
Yes, you are.
Hold on a minute. Why is this funny?
I don't know. Okay, so what strength is the door? So
Okay, so the door is got an armor of 3,
an armor of 3.
and it's got 3 dice.
My dice of 4.
Yep.
Oh no!
There we go.
I have nothing. It didn't.
There we
I
go.
just. I'm Leroy Jenkins and I bounced off the door.
I'm a little confused as to why you didn't let me move.
What do you? Because
all
you
I'd done is
shot.
shot.
You couldn't move.
Oh,
You
have
can
to
move and then do the shoot.
You have to
but-
move and then do the shoot.
Oh.
But in this case, with the skeleton here and a skeleton here, you'd only be able to move
Yeah,
to
but
there
there
or
was
there.
no, there was no move. I had already killed the skeleton. That's why I thought. I would just
You
move.
can't move after you've shot. So nothing happened. So he just stands there, pants,
Looking stupid.
looking stupid. Okay, okay, that's fine. Right.
Burn
is-
something. Kill
I
something.
can't. I've used both my spells.
Stab them.
I know. I'll run. Leroy Jenkins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and attack the door.
No, don't run that far.
Yes, because I've just I've stood on both of
But
them.
you've made the elf no use. If we can't get out of this room next turn, you've made, or the wizard no use because there's no line of sight left, is there, to shoot anybody? Or is
You
there?
can't shoot the door.
No. If we don't get out of the room, and then we have another turn here.
It's okay. Trust me.
Ugh.
Okay, so I get my 2 dice.
Such a glory seeker, you.
I can't use my break ward or anything
No,
on
that's
it.
for use in magical doors. You'll come
Oh,
across that
no.
in Journey from the East scenario.
Okay, come on. Give me some
Right.
6s. Give me some 6s. 2 6s.
6, 5.
Have we done it?
Have I done it? Have I broke the door?
Woo, woo, yeah.
Yes.
We're through.
Look at that, your barbarian has
You're
been
through.
absolutely
I'm
shamed
standing
by the
here
wizard
going,
there.
Okay, now at this stage, we've broken through the door. That means that something special happens now.
So, welcome back. Here, Lloyd and Warren have been working as a team for the most part.
A team?
It had to be done. It had to be done.
They've been fighting through the first part of the dungeon here. They've been beset by zombies, armoured zombies and skeletons, but now finally you've broken through the doors here and you can peek further into my dungeon here.
This is the point where even though I'm surrounded, I'm still going to go, hello! This is a new part of the dungeon, hello!
You've done an excellent job surrounding yourself,
Yes,
Lloyd.
excellent job.
I've called them all off.
Being the distraction.
Right, so we have a new
Yes,
part of the
we've got some
dungeon.
new tiles here, and you can see in the distance we're in a throne room, and there's an exit over here. If you get through this exit here, you've made it, guys. And you can see here in this room, we have this character lurking in the shadows, a dwarf revenant.
A dwarf revenant.
Yeah, he's sort of like this dude here is our sort of like a mini boss. He's a lot more dangerous than your skeletons and your zombies. It's only one of him though. Got to get past him to get out.
Oh, I think we could deal with him.
However, this is the Dwarf Revenant's throne room, so I'm just going to use this as an opportunity to show off some of the other things we've got coming up in our Kickstarter here, just to make our room more exciting and a little bit more interesting. We've got some bookcases here where he keeps all of his books on how to brew beer and how to groom your beard.
Cool, so this is all the furniture then that you will be able to use to dress the dungeon as well.
Yeah, I think this provides quite a lot of. It just looks cool, you know. It's fun to paint. It sort of just brings your dungeon a little bit more alive and helps you vary the layout of your dungeon. You know, rather than just being a sort of a big square open room, you've got areas you can block off.
Who doesn't like 2D dungeons?
Yeah, it's 2.5D, isn't it?
2.5D.
Okay,
yeah.
so what else have we got?
We're going to put down this dwarf throne here in the middle over the picture of the throne. It's not a dwarf throne really without a barrel of beer by the side, I think. You know, there he goes.
Absolutely,
I'm
yeah.
on that. I'm on that.
We're going to put down here at the end, this is the Ancestors' Crypt, and then a table just here where the Dwarf Revenant, also plays his own games of Dungeon Saga because it's such a good game, I think.
Right, okay.
So,
Over to us.
right, so where were we? You've just broken down the door
We've
with
just
the wizard.
broken down the door with the wizard. That was the last turn, so it's now your turn again.
Okay, right.
So Eddie Wizard is standing there looking stylish going, I see what's in the room.
Yeah, with his high heels, and his frilly cuffs. So
Right, let's see how to do this. First off, I'm going to move my Dwarf Revenant. Weirdly, he's actually faster than the regular undead, you know. He's a fast dwarf, but he's, a more elite form. He's like a dwarven king or something.
You would
1,
say he was
2,
an angry
3,
dwarf
4,
then,
5.
wouldn't you? He's quite angry.
Positively linked.
I would say he is, yes.
How shall I get him right? I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go to there, and then just make sure that you can't run past me too soon. That's my first move. Over here, I'm just going to keep my skeletons hacking down your dwarf.
Okay.
See, if I get 5 wounds on one of your characters, I'm going to win this, and maybe I can do it with your dwarf, even though he's uninjured so far. So number 1.
Or maybe I could get up there and we could have a dwarf duel.
Yeah.
We'll see. Right, so there's your 4 dice, Lloyd. However, you're down to you're on
-1
5,
here for being
but you're
outnumbered.
-1, so you're down to 4.
As soon as I just don't get anything past the armor at all there.
Yeah, so
So
no point
let's-
rolling
not
for
even
that
roll.
one.
Oh,
So
okay.
nothing went past
Number
the
2
armor.
though, as soon as I can get that first wound on you though, you become a lot more vulnerable
Okay,
to
number
me.
2.
6 and a 1, there
So
we
there's
go.
1 potentially passed.
Oh, it did
Oh,
pass.
there we go, there we
Okay.
go.
Because I got a 5,
Right.
2 and 1.
So there's a wound on
6
that.
isn't blocked by the 5, so great. So attack number 3, now you're down to 3 dice.
Don't die, Lloyd.
Here we go. Here we
Suddenly
go.
becomes
Nothing
Ignored,
past the armor.
Ignored. Right, there we
Okay.
go. That's my necromancer turn. I'm going to draw 1 more card.
Right, that's the end of the necromancer's turn. So it's right back over to us.
Yep.
At this point,
Okay.
if we're trying to get into the other room, do you think maybe I should just take the swipes and run with the dwarf or keep pounding out the battle?
The dwarf does have his feet, remember?
He does
being
have his
invulnerable.
feet.
That would scupper my plans.
The invulnerable would be useful right now.
I've got your injury on you now. If I just do 4 more points of injury and you're down to 3 dice, so
His feat is called Stone Stance. The warrior cannot be injured for the remainder of this round. However, it means him just standing there. He can't move, he can't attack. You're just going to stand there.
But it also means that I'm not going to get swiped 3 times trying to get out of that combat.
Yeah, he's going to have 3 attacks on him, isn't he, to try and get out of that
If he gets out of we can't do the stone stance and get out of the combat.
Yeah.
And also in this case, if you want to break off from the combat, you can't move adjacent to the same person. So if you move there, you'd still be adjacent to that guy, and if the dwarf moved here, it'd still be adjacent to that guy in the front arc. So
maybe,
I've pinned you down here.
Maybe if your barbarian takes a potion, your wizard comes back towards in a bit to get a line of sight on all these juicy targets. The barbarian heads on, and the elf and the dwarf.
Wait.
What?
Wait. Both my spells now come back this turn because they've been down for a turn.
Yeah, you spent the last turn running forward and using a sword, of all things.
So, I know exactly what to do. Get her. So I'm going to run my wizard in. Okay.
What? You're going to leave me?
So, 1, 2, 3, 4 to there. Okay. And I'm going to burn this guy. Okay, with a 5, an attack of 5.
Right, well, my Dwarf Revenant here is a lot more hardy. He has 4 dice and an armour of 3.
So, my attack, I get a 6, a 6, and a 4.
Oh, that just totals him straight off. That was very disappointing. All of that anticipation, and you just...
Have I done it? Did
down
I
in
kill
one,
him?
down in one.
Oh, yes!
Wait, high five, don't leave me hanging.
Okay, so then over to my barbarian, who's going to run in. 1,
What?
2,
You're just leaving me
3,
again?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think we're going to call it at this. We'll find out what happens to the little dwarf in another episode. Well played, Lloyd.
But
Anyway, there you have it, guys. Rather than stretch this out for the rest of the week, which, believe me, we would quite happily do.
Loads more maps. Great.
That's it. That's the core rules in its alpha stage, okay? There is a second level of rules where we're going to be looking at more monsters, of which Curis is going to show us some.
Yeah, we've got, this is my personal favourite, is the Khan Wraith, this sort of like big floaty ethereal ghost with a ball and chain. I quite like him, that's quite cool. We've also got our Basilean zombie here. You know, it's one of our men-at-arms, all zombie-fied and gross and icky looking. You know, I like that. It's very much a Kings of War miniature, that. Very much an undead, very much Basilean. It's nice having mashups of two things.
what about big stuff?
Oh, okay. Well, finally, this is a big. This is me. This miniature form. This is our necromancer here, raising the dead. You see, that's a lovely model. That one.
Yeah.
You know, that is the titular necromancer.
Very, very nice. Okay.
But yeah, you asked for the big stuff. So
Yeah.
here we go. These are the. You know, you couldn't floor these as easily as you did your Revenant.
Put it down. Now he's talking.
Oh, terrifying.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
That is our zombie troll there. You know, it's just a big gribbly monster. You know, you see that, it's going to block off a lot of spaces in the dungeon. It's going to cause you a lot of problems. You're going to have
I'm
to
liking that. I like
find
that a
your
lot.
magic equipment. You're going to have to advance your characters in order to even think about taking that on, you know.
I love this big stone.
Just splat.
Nice conversion opportunities there as well. You know, you can convert into a barrel or a throne or a bookcase, you know. That'd be
Fantastic.
And then we have zombie troll. What can make that better? A zombie troll shaman.
Right.
Yeah, excellent.
Oh, that's very, very cool.
So there we go.
All
You're
the
starting to look.
dressing and.
Yeah, you're not the only one that can do your spells. You know, there I'll be doing my counter spells and setting
So the
you on
Necromancer's
fire.
going to get the opportunity to cast magic and stuff as well. Awesome.
But then it's not only the.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, it's not only the bad guys here that get the opportunity to have new monsters, new exciting skills and abilities and cool miniatures. We've got a couple more heroes now. We talked about the core set and we talked about the advanced set. So the core set is sort of your first 4 heroes there and some of the very basic monsters. And not basic, they're pretty cool, you know, skeletons and undead. But we'll have a sort of like a tiered box. and we'll have the advanced rules underneath, which will have sort of like 4 new characters, which will bring you 4 new play styles, you know, new skill sets, new abilities, and most importantly, new miniatures. We got miniature being the very operative word here. This is a halfling thief.
Mm-hmm. Very nice,
tiny
yeah.
little guy.
And then my personal favourite hero so far, the Basilean Paladin, the mighty noble.
Wow. That is a sweet looking miniature. Love it.
Well, it is really cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, guys, as we've said, that's the core. That's the basics of how you get around a dungeon and deal with the inhabitants of it. The advanced rules are going to take care of things like treasure, traps, and all that kind of good stuff.
Every dungeon trope you could possibly want. Amazing.
If you want to be involved, go and check out the Kickstarter. Why don't you feed back on what you like, what you don't like, and see where this ends up. Curis, thank you so much for
thanks for having
joining
me
us.
again, guys.
Brother Lloyd, thank you
Thank
for
you.
delving a dungeon with
leaving
me.
me to fend for myself. Curis, get out the next map.
We're going to continue
It's going to be just for
playing,
you and me, yeah.
and we'll see you again soon.